Good evening, everybody. Thank you for waiting for us because we are one well-oiled machine. Welcome to Dire Bear. Welcome to Falskallan Nights. I am your host, the Bard with no name. And before we get into tonight's game, we got a couple of announcements to make, so we're going to head over to Tom. Tom!
Thank you, JT. Thank you, adventurers, for joining us once again on Falskallan Nights. And thank you to Charminar, not only for doing a hell of a job guest hosting last session, but also for continuing to tolerate my fitting as many goddamn swear words into the motherfucking ad read as I possibly frigging can before we get our dicks kicked in by a no cursing drop. Speaking of which, oh boy, did we get our dicks kicked in last session. A maelstrom of fire, spiky bitches, and hurtful remarks delivered via song saw many of our party battered and bruised. We're going to need some quick heals in order to make our way back to safety alive. Thankfully, that's never been easier thanks to our first sponsor, D&D Beyond. Their platform allows us to keep all our campaign info and character sheets in one handy-dandy place. They've got extensive character creation tools, expandable notes sections, and just about every source book you can name. They also have a very handy section that hosts all of your characters' spells. The level-by-level organization makes your arcane arsenal easy to navigate, and you can click on each spell to reveal its duration, action economy, effects, and components. Did you know that batshit is an essential component of casting Fireball? Well, I do, and misery loves company. Thanks to D&D Beyond for continuing to make our magic accessible, for better or worse. Our next sponsor, of course, is all about accessibility. FX May Vary is a genre-hoppin', hard-rockin', dice-rollin' band of magnificent musicians from Newmarket, Ontario, who've joined the air of Dire Bear supporters. They balance toe-tapping tunes with mental health advocacy on YouTube, Spotify, and just about any place music is streamed. You can also reach out to them on Facebook and Instagram. Their music is designed to be enjoyed by everyone and may promote feelings of happiness, an impulsive desire to move rhythmically, a desire to share with others, and a compulsion to follow the band on social media. As always, individual FX may vary. Thank you to these bodacious bards for sponsoring us, contributing 2 wonderful players to the Dire Bear family, and for writing and performing that kick-ass song that happens at the end of all our streams. Of course, if you're hearing all of this and thinking, man, I wish I could be awkwardly thanked for being a Dire Bear sponsor, well, you're in luck. Dire Bear is on Patreon. We've got some killer rewards for your support, Discord privileges, merch, and mentions at the end of each of our streams. On Wednesdays, that means you get your name sung out in a patented Diamondback parody song. At our highest tier, you even have an opportunity to get monthly voice acting lessons from yours truly. That's right. If you're looking for the perfect voice for your dashing hero, or a sultry growl for your main villain that'll give your adventurers troubles in the pants, I would be more than happy to put my experience as a voiceover and radio professional at your disposal. Hop on over to patreon.com/direbearac and become part of the magic. That said, you could always show your Dire Bear love in more obvious ways. The Dire Bear merch store on Streamlabs has some roaring great gear for all of your nerdy needs. We've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, and my protracted legal battle to get underwear added to the roster has, ruined me financially in a way my Warhammer minis wish they could match, but I will not be deterred. Daddy Diamondback thongs will happen in our lifetime. In the meantime, however, we do have tank tops now. Our Beyond Alignment line of Pride merch includes our first set of tank tops, allowing you to bear arms in the most inclusive way possible. Beyond Alignment is also featured on t-shirts, and there are variants that include the non-binary, trans, and Black Lives Matter Pride colors. They're geek, they're chic, and they're a stylish reminder that human rights are a year-round battle. As the voices that preach hate grow louder and dumber, it's up to all of us to lock arms with those who are hurting and be their bulwark against any gutless cockwaffle who thinks their humanity is a matter of debate. Bears are known for their protective instincts, so be the Dire Bear that lives up to that rep. JT, back over to you.
Thank God you finished right as I was writing. With that, yep.
Jesus Christ.
I may or may not have put diamond encrusted underwear in our chat.
It's gonna happen.
I had to. Well-oiled machine here, people. All right, with that, it's everything. I got nothing else to say. Baldur's Gate 3 came out. I enjoyed a really nice vacation. Charminar did a really good job fucking my players up. So let's do this. Let's get into tonight's episode of Falskallan Nights. Last time on Falskallan Nights. Let's see if I can remember this. Team Them finally left Fate's Blessing Hospital, getting into contact with Darren Calgrave, getting to go help Bray Hintergrass create bombs to see what would happen, or dispersal units for antigens and spores and things. It's all science stuff. But having to make the trek back to the Greedy Drake and the Trade Ward of Solness, Team Them had navigated the sewers throughout Fish Ferry and came above ground up in a nice snowy day, only to be cornered by a couple of cultists. Making quick work of them, they realized they weren't alone, and hearing more scurvers came out. With a lot of blood, screaming, death, and, well, I didn't run the battle, so I don't remember exactly what happened, because our good friend Charminar decided to come in and run it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Team Them did disperse, and they were dispersed. The other scurvers. Leaving a few very, very bloodied. That being the case, you guys are now hanging out in Fish Ferry, out in the open. Bunch of corpses everywhere, half an outfit person, and, well, a lot of hurting, bleeding people. The game is yours.
Alright, who's not dead?
Close. Real close.
I think I'm
I
alive.
could do with a nap.
Howard is just trying to prestidigitate some of this fucking exploded person off of him.
I'm just dry heaving in a corner at the moment.
I sit down with a heavy clang.
Alright, I don't
Well,
think
that was
say
intense.
Yeah.
It
Jim,
was
do you think your two
certainly a
buddies
hot
made it?
time.
Sorry.
Honestly, I don't know. I could have swore I saw them. Like, it was really weird. They just kind of went right across, I think. Or they turned back. I don't know. That was a shit show. I do not agree with how that happened. But it was cool.
Yeah. Alright.
How
Sorry.
you blew up a guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. Like, scary, but awesome.
continues
Yeah,
to
speechless.
like
I would be too.
continues to like vacuum blood off into a void of nothing.
Just got an automatic steamer. Just
All right, we want healing before or after we jump back in the ship pipes.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
both
good
my
lord,
kidneys
before.
are not working.
Were they ever?
I think I'm good
Good
actually
point.
for
Actually.
once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you are. I look down at my like poisoned, burned, slashed.
Y'all don't
Spikes
look
just
so hot.
protruding
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
you've got wounds on your wounds, and somehow it hurts even more.
Just sizzling.
Yeah, y'all aren't looking so
I'm
hot.
cooked.
On that
Well, I
note,
mean, like-
Howard. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean.
On that note, Hal, I'm real sorry I inadvertently used you as a tiefling shield against that last explosion.
Honestly, I've been through worse. But, apology accepted.
All right, let's do this and get moving quick. And tunes up the lute and just sings out, "Heal us good. Come on, Bard, you gotta heal us good. Sometimes fights don't go like they should. You gotta heal us good." For some mass. Thank you, John Mellencamp, for some mass healing word. Or sorry, mass
John.
cure wounds.
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah, oh yes.
Oh.
Alrighty, so let's get the D8s
Yeah,
rocking
I'm not
here.
doing bad.
I like that one, I like that one, I like that one.
Help, because I
Big
cannot get
roll.
up. I'm
Hey.
an infomercial right now. I mean, my life will hurt right now.
Yep. Alrighty, folks.
Obsolete
Well, that
sleep
is 18 hit points back to everybody in the group.
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn.
Fantastic.
That was also my last 5th level slot, so
Oh, we're boned.
yeah. Yeah. All right, I can do bits and pieces here and there if anybody else needs down the road, but I think we should get going.
Yeah. Quietly.
Just as a reminder, in case it becomes necessity, I do have this if anyone needs, and I pull out a greater healing potion.
Oh, I think.
Oh shit!
Just in case. So
Well, how far are we from the hideout?
Well, we were trying to cross the river, right? I think that's why we came up.
Yeah, we crossed it.
You haven't crossed the river.
no,
just
they
yet.
were coming from the
No.
bridge when we
Yeah.
we
Mhm,
got there.
But I think the bridge isn't that far from the hideout.
No.
I wouldn't save that bottle. I think we should
If
save it.
one of you need it right now, one of you need it right now. If you want to save it, we save it.
Next fight, you guys can go in there and do a bunch of hitting, and we'll stand in the back and just cheer you on. How does that sound?
Deal.
Sure, but I'm gonna be in the bubble.
Oh my god, can you throw him as a bubble?
It is weightless.
Oh,
Hmm.
but is it massless?
I don't know.
I mean, it has to interact with objects. If you
Yeah,
throw
like
a
if
brick
we-
fast enough,
Great, now,
Too much thinking. This is too
now I
much
gotta
thinking.
figure out the
Thank you.
fucking physics of Odaluke's resilient sphere. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, we
Too
know
much
that it just.
thinking. Just do.
No.
oh no.
Yes, but no.
And you catapult it, it literally weighs nothing.
Who wants to drive through this cactus field? Yeah. No.
I mean, conceivably, you don't have to cast the spell catapult. You can just make one.
Yeah.
I'd make one when you got one right here. Oh, that really hurt. That hurt.
Oh,
Really hurt.
yeah.
So you're still bleeding pretty good there, kid.
I'll do my best.
We'll talk battle strategy later. Let's get to the hideout, and maybe we can have a small rest there and figure out the best way to deal with what we have to deal with Lasharaz.
Yeah, I think my arm's dislocated, my shoulder.
You
It doesn't naturally
maybe you
do that.
should.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like fun. Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, you just self-set.
Yeah.
Shoulder.
It happens like once a week. That's a 18.
An 18. I mean, yeah, that hurts. Like a lot, but nothing to cry about.
Yeah, nothing to cry about right now.
As her
I mean,
eyes
it's
start
fine.
swelling. They start swelling like she just ate a bunch of hot sauce. Just
Oh gosh, this cold air is really just like nipping at my face.
Speaking of cold air, it is freezing. Now that you guys have just finished a hard fight and like there was fire everywhere, you kind of sweated some things out and got stunk out.
Now
Everything
it
is
is
starting to get cold.
even
And it's starting to
colder.
get cold.
Wait, are our buildings still on fire?
If I say yes, I can also make it true.
If you believe.
Objection.
that
No, like
was
there
a
are some
serious
buildings.
ring.
No, there's the Ring of Fire is already gone, right? Or not the Ring of
Mhm.
Fire, the Wall of Fire is gone. But
Oh, it's a ring.
yeah, it basically a lot of the thatched roofs or a lot of the like the wood timber started catching just because of the pure instant heat that came out. So there are some of the buildings that are not totally eclipsed in fire, but there's some that are just like, you know, you could roast a marshmallow on them and they'd be fine.
That's not our problem.
Well, yeah, I
Cauterize the
think
wounds.
it's our problem in that all those like stumbler things, they now know where to look. So we should probably
Move, yeah.
leave
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't
Yes.
know. I've just
Please
been hit
just
with
walking.
a.
Just going across the bridge.
I'm gonna drop a silence at the start of the bridge.
Okay,
It won't
so
cover much of it, but it'll help a little.
basically you're about 2 or 3 good city blocks from the bridge itself, and how are you guys proceeding?
Successfully.
We're gonna find out.
Yo, bro, I
Yep.
got these NFTs. This is why I'm at the beach right now.
Oh no.
Don't make your life work for them. Make your life work for you.
We
This
want
is
to be
great
quiet, or
decline.
do we want to be quick?
I'm gonna be making these jokes all night, Matt. Just saying.
Hey, just wait for the sun to go down. It's going to be real wild at that point.
I'm voting to go stealthy.
Air traffic controller to Yim. What are you guys doing?
Well,
Long day.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are gonna go stealthy?
Yep.
Sounds like
Attempt.
a plan.
Alrighty.
I'll
So
try my
that'll-
best. Playing
So that'll effectively put your movement at half. So
Home.
that being the case, roll for stealth.
Yay.
Oop, that's
that'll do.
Ooh.
Ooh.
There is. Okay.
Terrible, but it could be better.
It's not
Sunday
great,
stuff.
but it could be worse.
Okay, so Howard,
12.
Halsterian,
8.
Oh,
Spleen,
dirty 20.
Ooh.
dirty 20, nice. Diamondback,
19.
Beatrice, 6.
I
Yimmer,
rolled a natural 2.
Oh man.
19.
nice.
Oh boy.
You walk through the streets and avoiding some of the ice that you just made and kind of almost instantly froze over. Beatrice, you slip up, create a bunch more noise, but luckily it's just right as you're starting. That being the case, you're still walking through the streets, and as much as everything is not plowed or any the snow, been no snow removal because, well, I mean, there's been nobody here. You're walking through, and it's helping you muffle your movement and whatnot, but it is slowing you right down. I believe at this time it's pretty much like noon.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't remember the time of day I said.
It sounds around
It's-
the right one. I
Yeah.
think it was midday
Yeah,
at
I
some
think-
point.
I think
And so the sun is
battle was first thing
shining-
in the morning.
The sun is starting to shine through the clouds that are starting to split up and open, so you get this nice heat from the sun just gracing your skins, and it feels nice for the couple seconds, and then the clouds go back over, and you're like, yeah, you can't be a cat basking in the sun. But still, the streets are very eerie just because of how quiet everything is, and especially with the fresh snowfall, everything is much more quieter. The sound absorption is just wild. So moving forward, you round one corner of the block, and you keep moving forward. Eventually, you do make it to the foot of the bridge, and the Moon Sun's Knight's Bridge. Still looks pretty good. The sun's been kind of baked on it a little bit, so you see some of the melted snow coming up, and the very high brick archwork is actually kind of pretty, with a lot of the glistening sun and the icicles kind of coming down. You look into the river below of the Ultad, and you're still not sure. Actually, make perception checks.
Perception.
I can do that.
Oh, my dice really like me today, guys. They've
Mhm.
really
Oh no.
like me so much so that I'm going to get another set.
Oh,
Those dice are going in dice jail.
Oy.
so perception checks. What we got? So Howard,
7.
7. Halsterian,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20, nice. Spleen,
17.
17. Diamondback.
8.
I'm disappointed in you, son.
I was like, that was a disappointment sound. Oh my god.
Yep.
Daddy DM doesn't approve of this.
How will I be
Beatrice.
punished?
Oh,
It's just, don't say that.
Natural 1 for a 5.
Oh,
Just,
Oh my
just to
God.
let you know, my last
Oh.
rolls were a 3, a 6, then a 1.
a one.
So-
you're just rolling them out. You're rolling them out for the big
Yep.
finale. Which at that point, Yimmer.
19.
19. Cool. So for those who rolled above a 16, you notice some of the ice that has been clumping in around underneath the bridge, especially where you go in for the sewer system. You notice that some of the ice is kind of unnaturally shifting and moving. it doesn't look like it's going with the flow of the river itself.
Hey, Dornbeck.
Yeah.
Did I have a bad mushroom? Or is that us moving weird?
I'm going to go with both.
Safe
Well, you
bet.
said elemental, you think?
There's good odds.
I'm gonna assume the worst.
Do we run?
I mean, we could stay quiet. We did choose stealth. But also, we can also choose chaos. I have, the ability to shape water and could freeze it in place. That could be funny.
That could be funny.
This is below the bridge, like in the water?
Yeah, this is in the water in the Altad. Yep.
How far down is the water from the bridge?
A good 15 feet. Like, from the edges of the bridge is 15 feet. When it gets up to the peak, you're looking about 30.
Oh, okay.
Because like it heavily arches at the pinnacle of the bridge.
Hmm.
How
And like, what
about-
kind of side of the bridge is this?
This is on the Moondock, so this is on the east end of Solness.
I mean, like, physically. Just, Yimmer is short, so I'm kind of doing the... How did...
Take over.
Yeah.
Gotta look over.
It's just lift him up a little bit. I mean, what side of the bridge? Oh, so then this is like you're talking north and south, or?
I meant, like, just physically, what is the structure of the side of the bridge? Am I looking through, like, railings?
No, it's full on like brick, knee high brick or chest high brick.
Okay.
Brickwork that's put into like basic castle structure where it's
Okay.
not gunnels. Maybe it is gunnels.
I think it...
Crenellations?
Yeah, crenellations.
I think that's the right word.
So there.
Uh,
Very detailed. Thank you.
how about we try this? Oh, can you point out the spot to me? Al?
Brain fart. Please ask again later.
Someone whose brain is working, can you point out the spot to me?
That! I climb on the rail and I turn his head. That!
I just
two
cast-
spotlights.
Right at
Get
where
me the
she
magical
points
laser
me.
pointer.
I'm gonna drop a silence on where she directed my head.
Mm.
What happened?
Wait,
Uh,
no, you don't have to shush.
Well, if it worked correctly, we've got about 10 minutes of nothing in that spot being able to hear anything. Let's go.
You guys start trying to talk and you hear nothing.
I forgot we don't have the bond out.
I'm just gonna see his
Yimmer's gonna pull out his daggers, like what's going on?
yeah, same.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't hear
just,
the battle. I
just
don't
gonna
hear the
motion
battle.
everyone.
Yeah, I've got a thieves' cant to Yimmer. It's fine. I don't think he meant for the spell to get us.
Skyrim
Do you know
music.
thieves can't?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think we
we
didn't we
canonically figured
establish
this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah.
He's not good at it, but on the sheet.
He thieves can't with an accent.
Yeah, thieves' cant with a drawl. Half the time I end up doing finger guns.
But either way, silence is now up. You guys can't hear anything.
I'm just gonna start going and try to motion for everyone to follow.
What's the range on silence?
It's a 20-foot radius, I think.
20 foot. So you put it at the base of the bridge, or
At the spot she directed me to where the water was moving funny.
Yeah, like kind of at the water level itself.
oh,
Mm-hmm. Which,
yeah,
if it's
that's
right
still-
below us, will still catch us in it.
Yep.
I did not think about that. I even asked.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I should have been more on the ball on that one, but you know what? We're going with it. It's canon.
Yep.
It's canon. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you're crossing the bridge
Yeah.
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 In silence.
in silence.
Onward.
Distance.
Bee's playing with her chainmail, just trying to make noise while it's silent. Just kind of like jiggle and be like, why isn't it jingling?
And not very many feet away, suddenly it makes noise.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's working again!
Yeah, you say that out loud too, and you hear it echo across the water. Just.
It's working. It's working. It's working.
You heard anything?
Oh god.
You make it to the apex of the bridge, and you, for those of you who could actually see over the gunnels, you see Whitefish Mere to the south, and it is still gorgeous. Especially like it is still. The water is still. There's no wind blowing, and so you just get this pristine, like the water kind of half shimmering because the cloud covering opens up and shuts down a little, shuts a little bit. So you see everything like that, and it continues to follow up the Ultad. And you look out the north, and you see a massive pyre burning where you think would be the where the Warg Riders are, and they seem to be burning something massive right now. But you're not too sure what. That being the case, you look towards the trade ward, and you still see the very intricately designed buildings, all covered with snow, and the places that you just walked completely covered. Trying to retrace yourself back might be a little more difficult, but given Spleen's natural tendency to retrace their steps, it might be good. You continue on forward, trying to be as stealthy as you can, and the silence did help. You start hearing it sounds like it's coming from the river.
I want to try to get people to hide into like
Yeah.
alleyways, or if there's like alleyways or like buildings that we can squat into.
Yeah, well,
Or-
there's buildings everywhere.
Yeah. Let's get out of the view.
Yeah.
So, then for this, make a perception check, every one of you.
Okay.
Scatter.
Woo!
Oh, jeez.
Oh! Cat face. Yeah.
Okay. Yimmer,
18.
what was the first one?
18.
18. Okay. All I heard was teen. I was like, what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
perception 18.
Okay, there we go. Beatrice,
12.
Diamondback,
9.
Spleen,
25.
Nice. Halsterian.
14.
Howard.
8.
Okay, so at this point, you start hearing, as soon as you reach the bottom of the Moonsun Knights Bridge, you start hearing these noises just. The immediate panic starts kicking in. You guys realize, we may have just stirred something up. Each and every one of you start looking around. And so for those who rolled low, you're looking at buildings. You're just seeing, okay, is there windows that are open? Is there a door just slightly ajar that you could try and push through and see if you can get in? And you do see about 4 or 5 different spots that you could easily do this. And they're all within easy reach, although some of them are a little bit higher off the ground, so you kind of have to jump and get them in. Those who rolled a little bit higher, you realize maybe that's not a good idea. You more or less want to try and get into like an alleyway or further in, try and get just distance. Don't hide, distance. Spleen, you realize, wait a minute, the sewers is just around the corner.
Yeah.
But that's going to be about 2 rounds of movement.
Okay.
And it's also right down the main thoroughfare of the trade board. You guys got about 10 seconds before you make a decision. Before you make a decision and I start making initiative rolls.
Follow me.
She says,
book it.
"Follow me," and I follow.
Yep.
Right.
Follow.
Yeah, I tell him, book it. And I will be.
You're doing that. You guys start running forward. The slowest person is Beatrice because of 25 movement feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had movement because of your rogue abilities.
No. No, I'm only... Well, I have, like, the dash action, but... I'm tiny. And only, like, a half-ass rogue.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
I am going to actually rage, and I'm going to pick up Beatrice.
Oh shit! She just takes it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
See,
Is that possible?
The tiniest people.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
I also have a question, but
I am a
after
mother.
you figure,
yes, you can pick her up. It's still going to be half movement
Okay.
because the bear totem only works for actual lifting and pushing.
carrying.
Lifting and running are 2 separate entities. Like, yeah, you can easily pick her up. That's
Do
like,
you even lift?
at
But
that
it's
point,
awkward
Beatrice
to
feels
pick
like
up
nothing.
and then run.
Exactly. So you're still going to be running at half your
Just
speed.
bulky.
Can I? Can I, like, when you hold someone's hand and you run, and they're just like, oh.
It's still half movement. I'm like, do I make this roll? It's like, no. It's because it's still like you're dragging a person with
That's
you.
true. Ah, you're just
Constitution
so
for your
slow.
shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much at that point, it's like, do you want to dislocate her shoulder at this point?
I dislocated mine. It's fine. You're okay. You're okay. You can pop it right back in. Okay, well, I'm just gonna run. But I just want to keep View, like, constantly checking behind just to make sure that no one's falling behind.
It's pretty much like you guys start running and you're following Spleen, going down the main thoroughfare and about to make your turn. Spleen, you kind of look around the corner and Beatrice and Yimmer are both 10 feet behind. I'd like Yimmer and Beatrice to make dexterity saving throws, please. And I would be at disadvantage because you do not see this coming.
Okay.
Good
Dexterity.
God.
Oh! I don't know if you can
Yo!
No
One.
way!
2 ones.
No.
Wow.
Different set
Wow.
of dice.
Oh my God. I should have carried her.
Face first in the snow right now.
It's basically this. So Beatrice, obviously 2 natty ones. What'd you get, Yim?
10.
10?
I
Okay.
should have.
Really?
Well,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
disadvantage.
Yeah, that's why.
And again, I'm a half-ass rogue.
Yimmer's new tagline: half-assed road.
Yeah. A warlock without Eldritch Blast.
So with that, Spleen, you round the corner, the rest of the team then comes around, you look, and you see this massive, like, ice chunk just being thrown. And it's aimed right at Beatrice and Yimmer.
Mm-hmm.
As you try to yell out to warn them, it lands right in. You guys take 12 points of ice damage.
And can I uncanny dodge that?
I mean, yeah. It is a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Actually, that would be evasion, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I don't have evasion, sir. Again,
Okay.
I'm a half-ass rogue.
What does uncanny dodge do?
It's uncanny. That's all you need to know. He dodged it. I don't know. It was How do you do that? It was uncanny.
Let me look this up.
I'm looking. Uncanny dodge. When attacker fuck. No. I
Didn't realize that was part of the mechanics.
When attack that you can see.
Oh my God. Like your fuck.
Also, Knight's new tagline: when an attacker fuck.
Jeez.
Oh,
I cannot. I can't.
I just can't with you people right now.
Oh man.
So no, I don't uncanny dodge.
So you take 12 points of damage.
I guess so.
No, you do.
I still have that repeating in my head.
Wait, when was this? Steve, when was this when you wrote in the chat there?
Oh, when I was. Please try again later.
Yeah.
Right, because you started going into Gillet and you were like, oh wait, I must.
When the tackle fuck.
You guys get hit with a giant boulder of ice. It hurts.
Oh fuck.
And with that, you go prone, the both of you.
That's a keeper.
Can we see
You go
what
prone, the both of you. Yes, you do, because behind it is a giant ice elemental just climbing up and out from the Moon Sun Knights bridge, just out and around. You see just the one hand grasping onto the bridge itself, and then onto the the wall that was stopping people from basically just falling in, pulling itself up and just.
I'm gonna haul ass towards them as I drop a wall of fire between us and it.
Okay, do it.
Fire solves all the problems.
Hopefully it can't see us. If it can, maybe it doesn't want to cross. I don't know.
And so as you see like this form, just like this massive hulking body that has a bunch of ice ridges and shelves that represent like different muscle groups, what you think would be muscle groups on an elemental form, giant spikes coming out the back of it just get engulfed by a flame barrier that Howard throws right down the width of the thoroughfare.
Oh, you thought you were getting a regular ice elemental? It's buff as hell. This is Falskallan Knights.
Gun show!
Those shredded Liver King supplements.
There's something in the water that turns the ice elementals gay!
Oh man.
I can't. My sides hurt so much.
Oh fuck. I've missed this.
Yeah.
I'm
Lot of
crying.
pent up.
I'm going to start running back towards the others as well.
Yeah, you do that.
Just imagine being you holding hands while holding on to the tall people and our little legs.
It's basically
Well-
that.
While we do that, I'm gonna drop a level 2 Longstrider, one for each of them.
Thank you.
So now we're frozen and just going.
It's basically that your feet are encompassed in ice, and you're just being dragged along. Which is fine because you guys are right as you round the corner. The entrance to the sewers is right there, so you pop open the grate, you jump right in, and the last person shuts the grate behind them.
We're just running along with them. Longstrider doesn't make them faster, it just freezes their feet and they ice skate as we pull them.
And pirouettes.
It makes everything frictionless for the ice. It just whee!
We let go and they just go first.
It's like a Falskallan curling. Just hurry up!
Al's just over there with a broom, sweeping the dust out of the way.
Okay, I think we're gonna need to take a 5-minute break just so we can get the giggles out. just because, please. Well, when we come back, we'll get Team Them finally to the Greedy Drake, and that, please stand by.
Attack, oh fuck.
Okay, so we got the giggles out. I got the pickle jar. I had to crack it, so bon appetit.
The crunch came
Some
through. Though.
ASMR. Yeah, that was crisp.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was crisp ASMR, crispy
It's-
pickle sounds.
The mic was like, "You don't get the pop, but I'll give you the crunch." Yeah.
Yeah.
That being the case. So you guys are now in the sewer system of the trade ward. And you hear the rumbling just...
You going? Why are we stopping?
Because my face is frozen.
It's pretty much at this point, Beatrice, like half your hair is stuck up in one position, and you're like, you have like a beard, icicle beard going on there. Just it was basically like Two-Face having a bad day.
All right, the wall is go. We should keep.
Yeah.
The wall is gone.
What he
We
said.
should keep moving.
Yeah.
Doesn't last that long.
Make a survival check.
Oh no.
Okay.
All of us, or just spleen?
Well, I mean, all of you, but I mean, seeing as you've de factoed Spleen as
Good
the navigator,
God. Ugh.
What are we making? Sorry.
survival.
Thanks.
Watch spleen still beat me.
I will take direction from Spleen, I think.
Even the D&D Beyond dice don't like me.
What the
You
fuck?
know.
You are cursed.
Man, B. Oh, Alyssa.
Hold on, Rider.
Hold on, daughter. Hold on, piano.
So, all right, we'll start with Spleen, seeing as she's de facto.
21.
What the fuck?
So whatever Beatrice is not rolling, Spleen's picking up.
I got you. I got you, girl.
Tink.
I got you.
Okay, Yimmer,
23.
What the fuck?
Beatrice,
8.
Diamondback,
8.
Alsterian,
5.
Howard.
Makes sense.
Nat 20 for 20.
Ooh.
So you jump back down, you're hearing all this noise, you're hearing all this noise, and it starts seemingly getting quieter and quieter. You're trying to gain your bearings again. And Howard, Spleen, and Yimmer, you look around and realize, oh, wait, we came down this direction. And you're pretty goddamn sure you did.
I'm so pretty goddamn sure that we did.
Hell yeah. That's right, little sister. Go on.
Yeah.
Wait, spleen, you mean to tell me I was right? Shit,
I didn't say
get
that.
the directions mixed up. Wait, what?
I
What do you
say
mean you
were
didn't
right.
say that? We just pointed the same way.
Yeah, but mine, like, I pointed first, and you just followed suit.
It's okay, I'll do the
All
same
right.
thing when Diamondback says something.
You almost never follow my advice.
To your
Unless
face.
it's good advice, and I agree with it.
I'll
Then
take
I
that.
say it as though it was my
Follow the
idea.
advice. Mm.
Well, let's hurry up, because I'm getting a little tapped out.
Yeah. Now, pardon me if I'm making any mistakes. Y'all have a little more experience with the elementals than I do, but that one seemed fucking huge.
Yeah, it was a bit big.
A bit.
Bitch,
Wrong tunnel.
bitch. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
You heard it?
Why does
No,
the
they don't-
apple keep telling me I'm an idiot.
No, it only happens with B.
So yeah, have you encountered any other ones that size before, or Elisha Ross? I don't know, giving their employees roid rage.
Yeah.
Right.
We summoned one that big, possibly? I didn't get a great look
yeah.
at it.
Oh yeah.
You did fight one. A
We're
very,
walking
very
at this
long
point,
time
right?
ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I think
walking
we
as we're
have.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Just
assumed
kind of
that
worried
was-
about.
No.
Like
I assumed you guys were just like, we know where we're going.
Yep.
Well, no, sorry, with Beatrice and Yemmerich.
Yep.
Oh my god, Steve, yes. Al starts going the wrong way and Howard just grabs a horn and pulls him.
Yeah.
What people
So
don't
horny.
see during that is Spleen pulling Howard's other hand in the right direction.
Like, no, this way. Okay. I don't know if all of them are gonna be like that. It was just the ice ones, but that one was pretty big. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
think the
not
best
saying
bet
we
is to stay underneath.
I'm not saying we can't take it on right now, but it's probably not a good idea.
No, I don't want to.
Probably a really bad idea.
All for fucking shit up, but I am fucked up.
I second that. For once, yeah, I feel like shit.
I'm frozen. I think the cuts, rather than scabbed over, have frozen over.
Yeah, basically, instead of a cauterization, you've got almost like a frostbite situation going up the arm. And it's only like localized to where the wound is.
Hey, I guess if it stopped the bleeding, it stopped the bleeding.
It's a form of healthy.
Yeah,
Wait.
probably not a recommended one, but one nonetheless.
You guys start hearing. Mm, 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 mm,
Is that my stomach?
mm, mm,
I don't think so.
mm.
What the
Anything we
hell is that?
recognize?
I mean, they kind of sound familiar. But I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell with a bunch of different things.
Take my axe out and just groan while doing it. Oh. It's so heavy.
Mm. And it's like, it's echoing off in the distance. But it's within the direction that you are walking.
Let's try and be a little quiet.
Does it sound like one voice or two?
Two. Two distinct gruntings.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
they couldn't go down the ladder, could they?
Did
What did you tell them to do precisely?
I said go to the greedy Drake. Like, unless it's the... Because no, that was one. When we first went to the sewers, it was the one that just went kind of splat. So...
Maybe they found another way in?
Well, I didn't tell them to go in. Oh, that's gonna be an awkward situation. Okay. If anyone asks, I'm not involved. Not my friends.
Aren't
But
they
like if
gonna
they're...
follow anything you say?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like they don't know that, and so like two zombies in a zombie infested place, like that's not going to be. Oh boy.
Maybe we should just hurry up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I'm coming, Horace and Boris.
How many times do I have to tell you, if you name them, you get attached?
I know, but they just looked like a Horace and Boris.
Yeah, I suppose they did.
So yeah, running.
As you follow the noises, you come up upon and around the corner, almost to where the greedy Drake entrance is, and you see a dwarven person with a beard half cut off and just guts are hanging everywhere, and a taller male person that just looks devoid of life, just both grunting at each other.
I love it. Are they like dragging themselves along their like arms because they broke their leg?
No, they actually look like they're full body.
Oh, I really need to learn how to talk to you guys. I have so many questions. How did you get down here?
And they both look, and they just start shambling towards you. It's just,
That's enough. That's enough.
and they keep coming forward. they both give you a hug. Just go.
Okay, friends. It's nice.
They
Nice to
don't
see you all
smell exactly ripe.
You know, I might have to, see what's growing on you guys a bit later. You two need to stay out here and be quiet and like pretend to be dead. Like
What?
dead, not undead dead.
Make an animal handling check.
Animal handling.
I don't think,
Oh,
Yimmer,
man.
that I've ever heard of, well, animated dead acting like this. Maybe they really are your friends.
Mm.
I told you. That's why you named them.
What a weird...
I-
What kind of way did you cast that?
I don't know. I just shoved things in their mouth, and then they're like, "Hey, yeah."
So what did you roll?
12.
12? They both take a step back.
That's perfect. Now stay there, until I come back.
You basically just see one of the arms.
Horace is the smart one.
The spell's gonna wear off, and tomorrow morning they're like banging on the door.
Yeah, Yim, when do you need to renew that? Like, does it have to be right at the 24-hour mark, or can you, get in a bit earlier?
Once I rest up, I feel a bit, better about doing it, so I think that's kind of the main thing. But it does have to be around the same time the next day, at the latest, I think. We'll find out.
Right. Well, I'll keep my sword handy.
Oh, no, not them. They'll be fine. I think. Just remind me to come out here tomorrow morning. Or whenever it is tomorrow. But probably morning.
I'm walking up to the door.
Just going to mumble toward them. Honestly, extra points for style.
Walk up to the door of the greedy Drake in the underground passage that is hidden from the rest of the world to see. Generally used by the smugglers of the city, but now, since everything has been under siege, the only way the resistance can get in and out of that place without being seen. You head up to the door. What do you do?
Is there a secret password or anything? I don't remember. I knock on the door.
You knock on the door. You just hear the hollow sound of the door just bouncing off the walls. Just you're an idiot.
Oh my gosh!
It's just the dice not speaking to me at this point.
I hear any?
No.
Once one moment goes by, another. You hear, and you see Hellstern looking right at you with his red dragonborn eyes. Oh, I see you made it. Jesus, you look like shite.
Yeah, feel like it too.
Yeah, right. Well, fuck, get yourselves back in there. What the? Where's the rest of you? He looks out and around. Fuckers, get in here. You're letting all the cold in.
It is true. Yeah.
Right.
We'll just bring it with us.
That reminds me, y'all got any more spare cloaks? I keep misplacing mine.
Probably not.
Alright, improvise.
You guys walk into what would be the wine cellar. And you see a couple more of the casks that were there taken down. That had been taken down. Moving up into the gambling area, you notice that there's that the people there are kind of in a very tense mood, and you definitely see what is Tobias and Beetle just having a heated argument. He's like,
Oh.
"We're not supposed to do that." Hey, Beetle, this is my place. I will do whatever the fuck I want. He says, "For God's sakes, it's my goddamn blanket. It's special to me because at least it keeps me goddamn warm. What about you? Everything else, I don't give a shit. What's mine is mine, and whatever is here is mine. And I will take whatever it is I want. I will fucking take your head is what I'm going to do." And you start hearing like the crowd just going back, kind of like backing forth and whatnot. Tobias takes a step forward, Beetle backs off, and you see like you see Ventus step in between, and some of the like Solnavian guard step in between Tobias, just kind of like naturally pushing them back. It's almost like a turf war at this point, or like a turf spite. Everybody just backs right the fuck off. At this point, you notice Tobias is like, "Oh fuck, B, oh fucking Christ, yeah, come here, Jesus, you look like shite."
I feel like shit. I need a drink. I give him a quick nod, go over to the bar, grab two like ale things.
Yeah, you see Illyria there, the woman, the dwarven woman. She's kind of manning the drinks as she's got a couple of health potions, just kind of like trying to mix and brew. It doesn't look like she's doing quite well because she's two different viscosities of liquids kind of going into one, and you realize this may not be a really good idea doing that. Nonetheless, she grabs a tanker. "Oh, Portier, come here. You're God. Come here." And just here you go.
Down it all in one gulp.
Oh, I can't burp. Damn it.
Given now.
It's like the one time I can't actually do it. It's gonna come out because I got air in here now.
Delayed burp.
It's a delayed fire blast. Hi. Yeah, so with that, the crowd kind of seemingly dispersed, and you see a couple of the kids running around. You see Belly, Thrin, and Zon just kind of half making crafts at this moment, just keeping themselves distracted from everything. And you see Griselda, the mother, just like watching over, has a beer on the side and a side of like meat that she's kind of just nibbling at, cutting bits off and feeding to her children. All right, so Karis, Ledlow, and Tulima come back. Thank you for that. It's a pity. Pity they all couldn't have made it.
Yeah. Good that they made it back, though.
Yeah,
I
don't
assume...
think Tulam is not going to be able to walk again.
Damn. That's a shame. At least he's alive, though.
For sure. For sure. And by the accounts of my men here, you did a really good job out there.
Yeah, we have a bit more news.
Yep.
Quite a bit. So, after they left, we encountered gray hindergrass. Yeah. He is not exactly on the side of the enemy. His family is being held captive in the Citadel. He's being forced to, well, do work for them. He is all for helping us assault the Citadel when the time comes. And will probably be mad at us if we don't let him know when we do.
Good. We need all the people we can get. And as the days go by, there's going to be lesser and lesser people. So, quicker the better.
Mhm.
There it is.
Now, we did learn quite a bit from him, and he's doing some research on some other things related to Trollsbane. The Citadel... Hold on, before I say this incorrectly, let me go look back.
I'm judging you in your note taking as a DM.
You should, because I still need to correct some of my notes from last one.
You're supposed to be the smart one.
You were the chosen one.
They have several operations, which I know you're aware of some already, but it seems like the one in the Moon Docks is probably small. The one in the Murky Docks is a big one. And the Citadel is potentially a primary operation, where the mass of their forces are. Not 100% certain.
Right. If I'm going to be making any of these plans, I'm going to have to do this. We're doing this in private, so please come to my office.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Come. He leads you through some of the back rooms. The main area where all the gambling tables and everything has kind of been made shift to be more like a barracks at this point. You see a lot more of like a division between the two, between Beatles men and the Solnavian guardsmen. But you go into the back rooms and you go into Beatles' old office. And Tobias goes out and around and he looks at the map of Solnas. He starts looking at it and drawing around. Right, so the Citadel.
It's run by a warforged named Spreader, apparently.
Isn't that fucking apt?
You know of this person?
No, I don't know this person.
Oh, well, the name, yeah. I don't know if we should just try to assault the Citadel immediately, or if we try and take down some of their other operations first.
I've come up with an idea, but it's a very long shot. I know they have a teleportation circle in the Citadel itself. If we could get control of that, we could get specialized troops coming in.
Is there anyone here who knows that circle enough to draw it out accurately for me?
No.
Damn.
No. None of the people here have worked into the Citadel itself.
Well, what about sewers? I mean, the rich and mighty shit, same as the rest of us do. There's got to be some kind of system connects us to them.
Oh, there is. There has to be. I wouldn't put it past them. The only way I can think of this working is if we can get Emerald Envy and her navy just to smash the blockade and go into the Murky Docks. As we do it at the same time, take the Citadel itself. Go in, possibly sewers. Get a hold of that teleportation circle. If we can get the colors in here, we'd be able to take over this city no sweat as soon as we get the Citadel itself.
You mean have Envy batter the blockade while we assault the Citadel?
Yeah.
As a distraction?
Yeah.
Good work.
I like it.
Don't you guys like not trust like some of the colors or something, thinking like they're actually behind it?
I think Envy's fine. Honestly, I'm not 100% on any of it.
Fury's fine.
Yeah, Fury, I highly doubt is a problem. Same with Pride. And Amber, of course.
It would be funny to call Pride, or to call. Oh my! So many brain farts in one evening.
The like shapeshifter one? But, like, ooh. Girl.
Actually,
You mean
well,
Envy?
they're more espionage than anything.
Maybe.
I think it would be funny to call Fury along, see if we can make more than one distraction.
But I will remind everyone, the idea of us coming instead of them was try and minimize what they have to do. So they can focus on bigger things.
We've also got the dryads.
I mean, we call in that favor?
That's true.
Now that is something.
Yeah, it was a pretty wild experience. I'm not going to forget that anytime soon.
I'm sorry, wild?
Well, considering that was like forbidden for like all of my life, and then like stepping in there and meeting them is kind of like
Yeah, fair enough.
Depending on what kind of favor they're willing to deal out, well, that's not a bad idea.
We don't know for certain until we ask, honestly.
As I don't trust him any farther than I can drop kick a mule, I'd say it's worth a try.
Have you ever tried to drop kick a mule?
It's
That shit's hard.
It was like a fun competition.
I grew up on a farm. I had an interest in life.
Oh, you're a farmer too. Oh god, we gotta talk more.
I always was better suited towards music anyhow, but, you work where you work.
I'm sorry, does drop kicking a mule provide some sort of function?
No, we're just bored.
It really
what
just
happens when you're
sounds
on a
like
farm.
a.
It's like
It really
tipping
sounds like a
horses.
pain in the ass.
Mm.
Ah.
It's like tipping cows. It's just fun. You're a bored teenager. Teenager. Whatever that means. You know, you just look for something fun to do while you steal your grandparents' ale.
That's where it went. What? B. I'm proud. You're in trouble, but I'm proud. You're in trouble.
I'll buy you a new cask. When
you see a cask right behind him. That's okay. I got more.
So, as we were all kids once, weren't we?
Yeah.
Speaking of kids, said Ray's wife and kid are in the Citadel as hostages. Warforged named Spreader is running the place. There's also another person. Endergrass is not the only druidic type that they have. The other one sounds like they are not there unwillingly. Someone named Kagura?
I don't know this name.
Hmm.
This name, I don't know this one. There's a
We
lot
don't-
of people I don't know in the enemy forces. All I know is who I have and what we can do.
We don't have much solid information on her. We do know she is druidic of some type. Possibly controls the mushrooms? Not sure.
Maybe. There's a lot we don't know.
There's also Darren in the sewers. Hopefully we'll be working with Endergrass on some things regarding Trollsbane.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe make some progress on combating it? I don't know.
At this point, I only have this is the plan all I got. If you got something better, let me know. But it seems like we've been amassing pretty good friends. If
Yeah.
we can hit them right, all at the right time,
We also
we'll
have
be
some
able to do this.
information on the Shamblers, as though those are only one form, apparently. They come in a few others. The scouts may have told you already.
Yeah, they let me know. Frightening thing. Those, Jesus, burrowing through solid rock.
Gray was aware of at least 8 of them total. We took down 3 in the hospital. 3 escaped. Some fucking where, he doesn't know.
And then we killed 3 more.
We killed 2 more on the way here. Don't know if those were among the 3 that escaped.
I would
I
hope
don't remember
so.
what the deal was with the other 2.
Yeah. Oh, and they explode when you kill them.
Oh yeah. It's very unpleasant.
Yes, in a very spiky manner.
Howard, you have the ability to message people, right?
Yeah, I can do it several more times today.
And I suggest you start getting on that.
What, when are you thinking to run this thing?
As soon as we possibly can, and as soon as Envy's ready to smash her fleet in.
Alright, let me see what I can do. Give me about an hour, and I can make the most of everything, but let me send a few right now. So, I will send a message to NB first. Murky Docks are a big operation. Can you smash the blockade as a distraction? That's it.
1 second goes by. 2 seconds go by. Who is this? And are you talking about Solness?
Help
What?
if I preface things.
I mean, yeah, we can smash it. And that's...
Mhm.
I will send another one.
Hey!
Howard. Team them. Yes, Solness. Possibly going to assault the Citadel, but could use a distraction.
Another couple moments go by. We're off the Thrain coast. That'll take us 3 days to sail in. At best.
Mm.
I will relay that information.
Thrain
3
coast.
days.
They're out in Lumagai. Interesting. They're not far. This could work. We need to hold... If we hold off, maybe find more people. Maybe.
Gives us time to scout out our locations at any rate.
It's true. Should probably let kitty cat doctor know so
That
he
was
can
good.
prep. Yeah. Dr. Cat. Dr. Kitty.
Hintergrass.
Spleen is like half asleep, half awake on the ground. She's lost a lot of blood, so she's just like, Doctor Meow Meow. Doctor your kitty cat claws.
Are you talking about Pouncing Leaf?
No.
The Tabaxi medic for the Greedy Drake. And she had patched a couple of you guys up when you'd come in.
No. Oh, you
Not
got
bad, Dr. Kitty Cat.
So we can't use that then. So Doctor
Well, no, we can use, like, Dr.
Crabgrass.
Mushroom Cat.
Dr.
Cat.
Mushroom Cat.
Cat Shroom.
Dr. Cat Shroom.
Cat
Dr.
Shroom.
No,
You
but
know what?
One of the
Cat
little
knows,
cat
like,
shroom.
Dr. Pawshroom?
Mushroom, yeah.
All right, we're getting distracted here.
It happens.
B passes Spleen her, like, tankard of ale.
Truly, Spore Daddy is much faster. In any case.
Yeah.
I thought Yimmer was our spore dad.
Or was he the
No,
sport
Yimmer
king?
is our spore king.
Yeah, I'm the Spore
Yeah.
King. Please and thank you.
You still have your crown on?
I don't understand why you named him after a utensil.
Oh! Oh!
He likes to spoon, he's just a little sharp.
Sharks are canon.
Had to steel myself for that one.
What are people saying? My ears are ringing. Okay. So we are scouting.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get help first. Do one of you want to go find Pouncing Leaf? Get her to go deal with her.
Yeah, I can
I'll
go.
deal with you.
I'll go. Yep.
While you're at it, you might as well send a couple more messages. I'm gonna start setting everything up. See what else we can do.
3 days, huh?
At least.
All right.
So at that point, you go out to the main area. You pick up Pouncing Leaf, and or you bring Spleen to Pouncing Leaf. She basically just gets put on a triage bed, and immediately starts going right through her supplies and whatnot. You notice that there are a couple of refreshed supplies thanks to the everything that you guys had brought, or the scouts had ended up bringing. And so fresh. What is it? Needle and sutures and whatnot. And starts stitching everything up, disinfecting and whatnot. You realize that for a medic, she doesn't really have any healing ability. And
Okay. Yeah. This is good enough.
yeah,
It's good for me.
don't worry, darling. You'll be okay.
B's gonna go down to the bar, get the
Thanks.
strongest alcohol available, and take 2 shots, one for herself and one for Spleen.
Thanks.
What are you doing? It just slaps your
Ah!
hand. You see Valeria. Not you, Spleen. B.
Oh,
The hell was
I
that?
just
That's a joke. That's what served for Tobias. Thank you very much. She takes the big bottle
I am
back. It's like,
Tobias's granddaughter.
that doesn't save you from anything.
Don't be tea!
So you're pulling the
Kitty,
dad
it's
card. I
okay.
see.
Kitty.
Tobias's old his old dwarven self just comes out, just kind of limping on his giant hammer. Well, guess cane at this point, but coming out. What, Beatrice? What?
I was trying to take some of your nice stuff, and she won't let me.
Valeria, she's family. Just let her do it. She's gonna take it anyway, regardless. She's just...
It's true. Very true. I take the whole bottle.
Yeah, get over here! You'll do your message.
I'm trying to figure out who to spend these last few on.
Messig. You should probably let. I mean, I'm not there.
I mean, technically you are, because I took you to Pouncing Leaf.
Meow.
This happens every time when we get people in this enamored state. It's okay. I'm used to it by now.
Alright.
You're a pretty kitty. You a pretty kitty.
Bees walked in and just sees Spleen in the seat she's in and goes, she doesn't need this. Basically.
Oh no, alcohol would make it much worse. Please don't do that to me. If you're not going to stay here and keep company with the little green one, I would ask you to leave.
I mean, she looks at her body and starts taking her armor off.
Yeah, that would also help
I
as well.
grayed
Okay,
out.
go to sit down. You seem more able-bodied, so I will deal with you in a second once I have her patched up.
I'll leave you to deal with them. I'll get out of your hair. And he's gonna take off back towards Halsterian and the others.
So you do exactly that. I'd assume Yimmer is probably gambling with the guards and some of the greedy drakesmen.
Yeah, I would imagine Diamondback would be with me as well.
Yep, I'd say so.
Right on. At this point, you guys have already got a good game of Three Dragons Ante.
Yep.
Going,
I'd say
and
so.
it's a pretty darn close. We're just gonna do roll d20s.
Cool.
Just
I will do that.
we're not playing the game. I forget how to play the game. So
Yeah. Basically, it's you choose persuasion for like bluffing, or no, persuasion for arguing a good hand, bluffing for, or deception for bluffing, and then sleight of hand if you want to try and cheat.
yeah. So at this point, we're just doing straight rolls, and
Straight roll.
whoever gets the highest is winning.
All right.
So what'd you get?
12.
12. Yimmer.
11.
11. Cool. So you see, you guys are in the middle of a heated game, and you're arguing points back and forth. You see cards being dropped and flopped, and people just around you just going, "Oh, oh, oh!" But in the end, you see one of the greedy drakesmen, one of the guards. You see, actually, it's Helstern. He drops the last hand and takes the pot at the last second.
Ah, come on.
Dash, what you get?
Ah, hell, if I
Tried to
weren't...
trick me like that.
I swear, son, I wasn't trying to trick you. I was just trying to bluff.
That's
Be
the point
honest,
of the game. What do you think? This is my first time doing this? No. John be thinking like a fucking twos. That's all you're doing.
Well, I'll have to pull out the fancy tricks for you next time, and I'll, not to, like, as part of the game, but as more of an entertainment thing, Diamondback will, like, shuffle the deck a bit and sort of, like, demonstrate his ability to sort of sleeve a card and deal it to himself.
You see this toothy grin just go, "Oh, I like ya. Oh, I like ya. A drink to that." And he grabs his stein, just ta-da!
Slangeva.
Slangela. Clink, and you just see everybody around just clink, 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 clink,
And Diamondback will strike up a nice sort of rowdy song, some like Old Black Rum or something that everybody can drink to.
Exactly. You start getting, you start, make a performance check. While
All
that's
right.
happening, Halsterian, what you up to?
I am just going to be doing a little bit of light reading in my book. So there's something I've missed, as it keeps changing. Something to look into, something I've perhaps forgotten about. I will not be gambling under any circumstances, so that's what I'm doing.
Cool. So, anything specific, or is it just you're looking it over and just kind of doing the whole,
He's going to be just sort of skimming through to see if there's anything that has changed since he's been having trouble making spells hit their mark half the time.
Okay. Make both a religion and an arcana check for me, please.
Oh boy.
They're both separate, but just let me know what you rolled of what.
Alright. Arcana is 15. And religion is 16.
Cool. Since your devotion to Baltras has waned in the last months, and the fact that you've failed to really contact him, it's kind of a surprise that he kind of hasn't just taken his powers away from you.
Hmm.
But then also, why hasn't he done that? As for the Arcana, you notice that there's a significant power shift from the actual from the tome itself. You're flipping through and you're noticing that like what once was pulsing vibrantly, especially when it came to your spells and whatnot, or to names that you had written down so that you could have mental connections with. Notice that they're pulsing less and less. There's definitely a lesser connection happening. So that might be attributing to you not being able to pull your spells onto your mark because they now feel more weighted or less powerful than what you're used to. It'd be like switching from a football to a Nerf ball at this
Right.
point.
Okay. Well, that's going to confuddle him for a while.
It's a lot more questions than answers, but at least you're thinking of the right questions.
Yes, plenty more questions.
Howard?
Not sure yet.
I'll get right back to you, Diamondback.
He is in a state of uncertainty who to reach out to or who to trust.
It's during this time of reflection that you're basically like kind of sitting there at a table just semi by yourself. Halsterion's kind of right beside you. You're both kind of just like deep in thought. I mean, it's what the nerds do, but you're both deep in thought. Tobias comes over and like he's still wearing the dark plated mail and the circlet on his head, but like the old dwarven face just looks tired, even with a drink in hand, just kind of half sipping it. You're trying to think this over, aren't you?
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know what your doubts are, but if I could lend a hand or at least a guiding push.
I've started to have doubts towards some of the colors. Maybe not all of them are trustworthy. It seems a strange thought considering what a foundation they are. But a lot of pieces fit. One of them, and maybe they just fit because we don't have enough pieces. I don't know. Everything we do, they're a step ahead. The enemy is a step ahead. There has to be more that we don't know.
There's a lot that I don't know. For all I know, everything here, I thought we're safe for now. That if we stay here longer, we're going to be dead. And everything that I'm trying to do is the survival of the city, myself, and well, B. I didn't want this position of power, but I took it. And at this point, what I know is we have somebody who understands the ranks and structures here, or well, at Fate's blessing. For all I know, Darren Colgrave, as much as a gobshite bastard he is really nice in a hand, in a real pinch. And now we have you, who the only person who can communicate to the higher powers at being
True.
to get everything connected together. I would say in 4 days' time, we could pull this off.
I could focus more on self while we prepare. Keep us alive. Worry about the rest when we're done. Probably. Still have
Exactly.
this fucking book I haven't gone through, and he pulls out the fucking book from Lumen Guy that he took. Should really see if there's anything useful in here.
All right, so are you
Probably
flipping
right.
through the book, or?
Not yet. He's just kind of pulling it out like, I really should have done this before.
Well, you have a couple of days to look at that now.
Yeah.
I'm going to be requesting a lot of you.
Keep my spells in reserve.
Please. I would suggest, if you wanted to, call Fury. He would set up a commando unit so quickly.
I think we were the commando unit, but
Nah, he's got more.
wouldn't hurt regardless to update him. Best
For all I
can.
know, he'd be the first one through.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Another one would possibly be Cobalt. He can send out information quicker than anyone else.
Yeah, that's what I worry about.
You don't trust him.
I used to. Now I'm not so sure.
A
Someone
man
like,
in war will have his faith tested.
yeah. They've known things that they shouldn't know at every turn. They knew when the colors were meeting. They knew where the colors were. They've known how to get around everyone and where to hit every turn. And if I can contact people at my level of power this well, someone in his position with his well of power, what if it's just a coincidence?
That one's hard to tell. Unfortunately, I'm not with the colors.
Well, best I can do. Leave the judgment in Fury's hands. I'll reach out to him. He's not far from Cobalt. If he feels it necessary, he can have Cobalt.
Right. That sounds good.
Do that
Reach
for
out
the
to
night
him.
at least.
Good. At this point, you'll be my point man for coordination.
Will do. Give me about an hour. I'll free up as much power as I can for the night.
Right.
And
Have yourself a drink. Let loose. Relax.
And he's going to spend the next hour taking a short rest and burning arcane recovery to free up as much sending as he can for the night.
Right on. Do exactly that. So, you guys do that. Tom, what'd you roll for that performance?
17.
17. So at this point, as you guys are having this conversation, you start hearing Diamondback just strumming a beautiful tune. The hands and the pick is just going back and forth super fast, and you start noticing that people are getting up and kind of just like doing some sort of dancing, kind of something along those lines. B, you and Spleen are being held being held at the triage there with Pouncing Leaf taking care of you. And you see Illyria, the dwarven female, the older dwarven female, come in, and she's helping with the wound cleaning as well. And takes some of that expensive whiskey, just drinks a couple straight from the bottle, puts it back in your hand. Don't worry, I stole from my parents when I was your age.
Blaine is knocked out with.
Exactly. And it's funny because guys don't see Beetle whatsoever. He kind of slinked off with a couple of his more personal guard with him, and you haven't really seen him all night. But with that, I'm gonna start going through the days, and if there's anything specifically that you guys want to do, let me know.
I have something for the first day. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, go for it.
On the first day, on
Christmas.
a whim, Hal will be idly scribbling into his book. I don't suppose... Like he's trying to have a chat with either Baltrus or Kareg without having their names in the book for reasons. And just, I don't suppose any of the powers that would be connected to this book have anything that could give an advantage against attenuate cobalt. And he just leaves the book there for a while.
You write that into the book, and a moment goes by. 2. You kind of hear a couple of the kids off in the background, just kind of like arguing over a toy. That's mine! No, it's mine! No, mine! You just hear. Another moment goes by. Nothing.
Mm. Well, I suppose I can't say I didn't try. Perhaps someone will help me with my swordplay for now. This is certainly needed compared to how well my spells have been going.
So
I'm your Huckleberry.
the end. So the first night goes by. So I'm lumping like the day you guys come in as day 1.
Sure.
So now.
Yimmer goes.
Yimmer?
Oh,
You're still here. I forgot. All I saw was black.
Yeah. He just comes out of the darkness.
Yimmer goes down to Horace and Boris.
Oh yes, you reconnect. You just see, at this point you see like it's just a clump of ice just forming over them. Like they're semi-body heat kind of sunk them in, but then they're not semi-body heat is freezing them at the same time.
You guys still good? Awesome. You're still my friends. Cool. See you tomorrow.
You just see the one thumb just go up, just
They're gonna
So
be
yeah,
the grand distraction. They're gonna do great
Yeah.
things.
yeah, big plans for them.
Okay.
That first night while B and Spleen are in the triage, B's gonna scoot her bed close to Spleen and just kind of hold her hand. Sorry. No, go back to sleep. And she pulls away and just kind of lays down.
What?
Nothing. No, it's fine. Sorry, I thought you were awake.
Well, I'm awake now, so what? Were you trying to get my attention?
And she just slowly slides her hand into hers again.
Precious.
She's
Which is funny because you
slowly
hear those
closes
exact
her-
words from the corner as Pounce is just still there.
just watch.
Oh God! They panic.
I don't let go.
Gay panic, stronger gay strength.
You're not grossed out by me?
I wasn't at first. I mean, we're kind of taught to not like goblins, but
Yeah.
you're pretty.
Pretty. Haven't heard that one. You're not too bad yourself, honestly. You got like that luscious hair and the soft hair and you got great lips. And you're very strong and you really know your way around carving somebody up, which is pretty awesome.
Dude, Jesus. I mean, the way you roasted that guy in the fire, like,
Oh, you saw that? Oh man. You like that? I didn't know it was so I could see you.
just like held it there. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It. I like holding your hand.
Me too.
It's different.
I just needed some companionship. It's been hard. This has been scary.
Mm.
I mean, like, I didn't realize what it would be like to come back here and for everything to be silent. For there to be no people walking the streets. No sound of the markets or the horns from the ships. To be worried at every turn that this place that is supposed to be safe isn't.
Mm.
So it's nice to be with all of you and to know I feel a little bit safer. And to know that there are people who have my back.
Mm. I can't. Although I can't understand yearning for what a home used to be. I can relish companionship and finding home in others. And I would like to be your home too. She's not making any eye contact.
She scooches closer to her and just kind of rests her head on hers. I'm sorry you've never felt like you had a home.
It wasn't great anyway, so this one's pretty great. We just have to keep fighting and doing what we know to be right. And things will be okay.
We're strong together.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I get I get my little baby out. It's feeding time.
Free.
Yeah. I am like petting Bee's hair and being like awkward.
It's
stuck.
braids.
I'm stuck.
Like items.
Yeah. And I'm stuck. Wait, I'm stuck. Wait.
Oh, ow, that hurts.
Ouch.
Oh,
My gauntlet's stuck.
Wait. Okay, we're done. I should probably shower. I realize I probably stink.
No, you smell nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You do too.
Really?
I think that might be the drugs talking. You are hyped up on painkillers right now. I think you guys are not smelling everything right.
Will. Ow.
If you wish for me to leave you alone, I can. I just don't wish for you guys to pass away on your sleeps.
What?
You guys are heavily wounded. I have to make sure that you are all right.
Oh.
We'll pick this up later. Explain. And she just kind of
Bet on it.
kisses her on the cheek and then just kind of snuggles. If we pass out in our sleep, we'll pass out together.
Yeah. Thanks, B.
Thank you, Spleen.
I keep holding her hand, but I was just like, oh God.
You're sinking to oblivion now.
As we fade away from the fireplace.
Oh.
Howard is going to use his last 3 sending capable spells throughout the night to relay information to Fury. What little he can with those 3 slots. And then spend the rest of the night taking a look at the spellbook from the Diviner from the Lumen Guy ambush.
Oh. Give me a second on that. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one because it
That
is
is-
so long.
Perfectly fine. I put in
It's-
Discord the line for the actual item because you specifically said put that.
Blood Drenched Diviner Spellbook, Lumigai Ambush. Got it.
But yeah, get back to me when you
Yeah, okay. So with that, no, you look it through. That makes way more sense. See, this is why I ask for tag locations of loot because at least I know a general idea what the hell
Mm-hmm.
is going on. With that, so then you're okay. So you're looking through that. Perfect. Yeah, you're going through that, and it's perfect. And so you're sending messages to who? Do you want to role play that out, or are you just saying you're doing it? And
Just relaying info to Yuri, nothing necessarily roleplay. Just basics of we've learned these 3 are important locations. We found survivors. We're going to possibly have Envy break the blockade as a distraction while we take down the main place. General gist. More to
this
come.
sounds like excellent news. I'll have my men ready for your call. We will keep in contact with you.
Run that last line by me again.
We will keep in contact with you.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just want to make sure. Yeah. And then he'll just hang out with Hal and go through the book.
Right on. Yimmer, you wanted to do something else, or was just making sure your friends were friendly?
Yeah, just keeping them in line. Yeah.
Okay. So with that, this would bring us to the end of the first day. As every one of you are sleeping, it's oddly cold, even though there's a fire within the room that you guys are staying at. You notice that a couple of the guards are just kind of keeping post and generally walking around making sure nothing really goes on, but given the crew and everything that you're with, you kind of get the sense that nothing really happens. It's just more or less a formality at this point. How's Darian? During your sleep, a dream comes to you. You're in the middle of a battle, and you're fighting with your sword out. You're not using your spells. You're just hacking and slashing, and you feel alive. You feel the bloodlust run right through you. You feel as if you're within your rage, as you've been letting loose the last month. Or the last month or so, you're just hacking and slashing, you're cutting through just imageless bodies at this point. It doesn't matter what's in front of you, you're just going, and the exhilaration, everything. You feel absolutely alive. Like that. Pickle burps. And it's at this point, there's no... You cut through the last body, this just dark, shapeless form, splitting into two, just flying away. You're in complete darkness. You turn around. There's nobody around you. but you seemingly can't let go of this anger, this hatred, this rage. You need to attack. You need to keep attacking. You need to do more. Attack. Attack more. Just unending, unyielding lust for blood. You turn around again. You see Diamondback. You raise your blade up just instinctively because at this point you just want more. More. You swing. As that happens, everything just turns immediately bright. You see an orcish woman. 2 fingers holding up the blade. It stops you in full swing. You can't rely on your rage. You can't. She drops the blade. She drops her hand. As you, like, the bloodlust is still pulsing through you, you swing one more time. Her palm goes right to the center of your chest. You bounce back. You bounce back a good 30 feet, but you realize that you're staring at your body flying away from yourself. You look down and you see just a corporeal version of your hands right in front of you. You realize, did you just get your soul knocked out of your body? My dear sweet child, if you give in to your rage, he will take more control of you.
I don't. Something's wrong. I don't understand. Everything's so fuzzy.
Your powers are all connected to him, but your anger is the thing that fuels him the most.
Then what do I do? What other choice do I have?
Learn to channel. Learn to channel your anger in another way. I can show you. She steps closer to your body, and like the physical outlet of your body, and you see like the rage, just like the pure, the black eyes, the extended horns, just the ever aggressive body. She puts her thumb right to the forehead, draws the hand to the face, and pulls this dark stream, this blood red mixed with black. There's some brown crimson, just a swelling of just shapeless energy pulled out, and you see what is like your body just grow back to what it was, unraged. But then just something else happens where the horns just shift in another direction, and you notice that the demeanor starts lifting up and out, and almost an angelic form follows suit. But the thing is, you feel your soul, you do not feel the missing presence of that power. It doesn't come from anger anymore. It's a sense of content, a sense of sturdiness, a sense of, I know exactly what my purpose is. It's from your calm is that you're able to grow in power.
incredible. It's just me. Beyond words, I suppose. This does feel more right. Thank you. I hope to put this to good use. This is, and it can always be like this.
I haven't given you this ability. You have to find it yourself. But you know it's there.
Yeah.
You will find this way. But if you give in to that anger, he will control you.
I see.
And at that point, everything snaps out. You wake up in a cold sweat. Unsure what was happening, unsure if what you felt was realistic or not, or if it was a sign or anything.
Going to just reach around blindly, make sure his bed is still in the same place. His horns are the same shape.
Oh yeah, no, everything's just James, like horns, body, penis. You're good. Everything's in one spot.
Hey,
okay, everything's still there.
Important things.
This is going to take some, I don't know, meditation? And he just tries to lay back and go back to sleep. Don't know how well that'll work, but...
What's going to take some meditation, Hal? Howard's just in a corner. Sleeps a lot less. Well, technically doesn't sleep, but a lot less than everyone else. He's just got a low lit lantern looking at the book in the corner.
Right. No, Of course you meditate. I had forgotten. It was a very vivid dream. At least I think it was a dream. I don't think I can sleep. Can you teach me to meditate? Perhaps that will help.
Not really sure. Never tried, but we can give it a shot. It's kind of instinctive for my people, but I mean, the instinct doesn't stop people from learning other things. Sure.
Just trying, I'm sure, will help. I'll take it.
He's just gonna shut the book and come on over and start trying to teach him what he does to meditate. See if they can get anywhere with it. You don't always dream when you do it, but if you want to, you can. A little weird. Well, from what I hear from those who do sleep, it's a little weird because we can control our own dreams usually. Even choose.
It would be a refreshing change of pace.
Yeah, we get that a lot too. But yeah, just kind of close your eyes. Listen to everything around you. Let it fade. If you want it to fade to nothing, let it fade to nothing. If you want it to fade to something in particular, let it fade to that. Let yourself drift in your own thoughts and everything else out. Kind of like daydreaming
Purpose.
on purpose.
If I'm already preoccupied with a particularly visceral dream, should I not have my mind keep going back to that? I mean, my goodness.
Hmm. Try this. Describe to me a scene. Doesn't have to be real. You don't have to have experienced it before. Just some kind of scene that you want to be in.
Just relaxing? That's still possible, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not relaxing. That depends on what you want. Point is,
I
it's a
want to
scene.
relax.
Focus on that. Focus on it and feel it. Describe it as you do.
Well, never need to look at chat.
Don't
Oh
look at
yeah,
chat.
I know there's a lot
No.
of missing.
Don't look.
Suppose I can think back to my mother's herb garden. There were so many exciting sights and smells there, different shapes of the plants, and how each one was different, but just different enough that it was happy. Happy memory. But whenever I'm thinking of home, I think of my whole family. It's difficult not to. My father's come so far, even with so many mechanical friends, but not quite the teacher's pet as my ancestor, as Lord Baltrus saw in me. No, I need relaxing. Needs to be relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I don't know. Down the block there were poppies. That was kind of nice.
When was the last time you felt relaxed?
Um, I think before we met that awful teenager. It's not been easy. I need to always stay focused and never... I always have to learn from my failures, or else there's no reason for the spells and the training and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have a purpose. It's also good to be able to turn yourself off. Turn your brain off. How do you manage to do that while still knowing, referencing books and going through all the different reading and writing these textbooks? It's wonderful. It's infuriating. It's both.
Kind of get lost in it. You get stuck in the books and your mind wanders from what you're reading to what it could become, what you could eventually do beyond simply.
I mean, lately that's been just me going into a berserker rage. That's
Not much different from what I do. How many wizards do you know that carry a sword and a shield? How many wizards do you know that actively use them?
that's a very valid point.
I mean, I'm not the most effective with a sword and a shield, but sometimes it feels necessary. Sometimes a spell doesn't seem like it's going to do the trick by itself. Sometimes you need a little more hands-on, a little more of spleen's touch.
Right, but that's... Does she not use her anger to go into her rage? This is...
I don't know if it's all anger for her. I think it started that way. I don't think it's all that anymore. There's more purpose to it now. Which seems to be what you're struggling to find. Either purpose or source carrying out the purpose.
I mean, for so long, and felt like the pursuit of knowledge was a very valid, was my purpose. But it's, I don't know, starting to feel like with all the knowledge I have, that knowledge is either incorrect or skewed, or heavens forbid, trying it in its own way to betray me. Time I cast a spell, it fails. Just feels like either my own knowledge or the things I've studied were worthless.
I mean, hell, you've seen how many times I've failed, how many times I've blown up a classroom, or myself, or anything else.
Yeah, you should really stop doing that in a way that can actually harm you, but
I
still...
try. But the point is, maybe you just haven't found the right method to try yet. Have you ever tried Diamondback's method of magic?
Singing?
I don't think it's necessarily all in the song, but I know there are more. I mean, hell, he uses a sword too. So do you, so do I.
Suppose that's true.
Perhaps
That
there
might
are
do it.
other ways than just singing if you don't want to sing. I'm sure there are. There are bards that just
Yes.
play their instruments.
I'm no good with any instruments. I mean, my father tried to teach me the guitar when I was 8, and that sure didn't take.
But who said it has to be a typical instrument? The importance is the sound, is it not? Right tones. Use the right items. You might be able to get the right tones.
Right. I don't know. It feels like my magic needs to come from me rather than some implement.
I don't know if his magic does come from the implement itself. Maybe it's just a catalyst, like a focus.
I have one of those. I have my book, and if I need to, I have my sword. Not that I've been able to use that for much casting.
You don't seem to want to use the book.
It's been giving me weird vibes ever since I got out of that portal. I can still cast the spells, it just doesn't feel right. There was something that happened on the other side of that portal that just made me feel like it was like something was happened or something. I don't know, something was amiss with Lord Baltrus, and I haven't had the strength to look into it, to be honest. Frankly, it's kind of surprising how long it's been since he's contacted me.
You want me to message
But-
him?
No. No, thank you. That might be more of a hazard to your health than anything.
Why so? You think he'd be mad?
Are you willing to find out?
You want me to?
I'm not. It's not. You don't just go messaging someone willy-nilly when they have the powers at his disposal. It's just not, well, polite at the very least, but no, it's not.
I mean, it's
Not
not
that
like he
easy.
doesn't know who I am.
Assuming he remembers you, he sort of hand waves anyone I spend time with as those folk. He's more about finding and harnessing the power in oneself, and it's, please don't take offense. He is truly,
Oh, I know. High and mighty.
it's why, well, it's why we've seen Kareg more than he. Now, don't you go messaging Kareg, especially at this time. Well, no, he's probably awake.
Oh, I'm burned out at the moment anyway.
Well.
But I can tomorrow.
Do you really want to see Kareg again?
I mean, he's definitely more than meets the eye. But he doesn't give me the vibes of being all bad.
Well, true.
More self-serving than anything, but
Also true. Feels like anything he tells you has to be taken with than 1 grain of salt.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. In any case,
Maybe we could try identifying your. See if we could find something out about it. Why it seems weaker, or what's up with your interactions, these dreams, or why your memory's foggy.
I suppose I haven't considered that. I think that would be a good idea. Whether you want to do that now or wait for us to get a bit more rest or more meditation, I think.
Let's not dilly-dally with it. Get some rest, and I'll hit it with full strength. See what we can find.
Thank you. I very much appreciate the help.
Of course. We're family at this point. I mean, hardly call it anything else. There's so much chat to catch up. I just see it move out of the corner of my eye.
Don't look.
Constantly.
So it's at this point that you guys end up splitting your own ways and taking the rest of the night to yourselves. And it's with this, we're going to call it session. I believe it's right, baby.
The amount of innuendos that you ever throw in.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't even meaning to.
I was.
There was so many.
Let's get it on.
I was like, whoa, wow.
Man, Yimmer and I really need to up our game here.
All right. With that, let's find somebody who we can raid.
Oh shit! Right, I'm controlling the stream.
As that
So
goes
just
on, let's go through ending announcements. So, Tom.
All right. First up, I'm not crying. You're crying. Second of all, thank you all so much again for joining us here in Falskallan. Thanks again to D&D Beyond for sponsoring us. Thanks to FX May Vary for sponsoring us and contributing to amazing artists of the Dire Bear family. On that note, also thank you, Charminar, for not going too hard on us with the no cursings in the middle of that scene. And of course, huge thanks to our first adept Patreon in true Diamondback fashion. Mama Bear, we love how much you care. Your donations fill our sails with air. You find our Patreon, keep our games going long. Donate if you dare, you could wind up here with Mama Bear. I don't know why Stacy's mom popped into my head, but there it is. Remember to check out our Patreon if you'd like to hear any of my lovely attempts at parody songs set to your name with awkward rhymes, or if you'd like to learn how to make some lovely voices, take some time to peruse our merch while you're still here, and check out some of the other brilliant streams on this channel. Monday nights, we've got the Oops All Bards Party of Melody of the Maelstrom, featuring our FX May Vary crewmates. We've also got, for Creatures of the Night, Valley by Night River City, a haunting Vampire the Masquerade tale on Tuesday nights. And of course, on Thursdays, we've got Sword, Sorcery, and Chivalry and a Knight's Ransom, a bracing adventure set in D&D 5e. And, far as I have been told, our Saturday game is still gearing up to, kind of get things going. So that's going to be happening soon. And Otter, you can correct me if things are progressing faster or slower. Who knows? Still no word on a start date that I've heard officially yet, but you will hear it from us when they're good to go. JT, hit that sax and take us home.
All right. Well, with that, thank you all for sticking it out with the giant gay panics that's been going on here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's intentional or not, we're going with it. Nonetheless, I wish all of y'all a good night. I wish all of y'all a safe week. Hopefully, I'll see you guys here the next week where we continue on the story of Falskallan Knights. With that, I ask you one question. Do you dare to imagine? You have yourselves a good night.